All right, all right, all right. We're back on this beautiful Sunday morning, and yeah, BTC is getting a little bounce. So let's get into this price action and see what's happening. So, last time that we were live, we had a few scenarios that we were looking at for some trades. So, this trade did not play. Um, So we were looking lower time frame, and basically we were expecting a move from this area back up into the zone for a short. So I did give this on the last stream that we took. So the last time that we were live, I gave the short setup on the live, and if you took this, you would have made a nice little profit, right? So I did take the short trade. It's now closed, and what we were looking at indeed did play off. So let me get this off the screen. Get this off. So this hasn't played just yet, but we'll keep that area there for when price if price goes higher. So basically, what I was looking for was a model one accumulation, which we did get. Right, we had 3 tries at the low into this area of demand, and we got a nice little bounce from that area. So I did give this long setup as well on the live stream. So if you took that trade, you would be up nicely. I am currently in that trade from this area, and we getting a nice move up. So okay, so basically what it is we did, we came up, there is a area of supply right here, and we came into it nicely. But because we did this model 1 accumulation model, I'd expect for price to ideally come up and take out these highs at 119,300. Now you could definitely take profit at this area here, given that there is an area of supply, and we can see money flow coming down as well. All right. Ideally, I would like a bit higher, but price could definitely come down here and come back for the lows. So if you are in profit, definitely it's a good thing to take some profit. Yeah. So let's have a look at what could possibly play out today. It's just going to be a short update because BTC hasn't really done much. So if we look on the 4-hour, we basically getting some resistance at this area, which is the pointer control of the range. Let me just slide this over a little bit here and get an updated. Right, we definitely had the POC. Right, this is where the most volume is traded. Price would stick around here for a bit before choosing a direction. If we able to push up and close above this, then I'd say higher prices are much more likely to happen. So ideally 119,300. If we start closing above there, I expect us to push up higher, maybe go up to 123. That is also a possibility. Yeah, if we're unable to in the next 30 minutes, we could possibly come back lower. Right, so you could definitely take a short from here. It's definitely an area that you could take a short from. And let's see if we have any divergences. We definitely have some divergences, but only on the momentum waves the money flow is actually increasing. So market structure is still bullish. We haven't changed bearish on any of these lower time frame market structure, so we could definitely go up higher. Ideally, I want to wait for it to come up and take out 119,300, and I'd like for it to come up to this area of supply. Yeah, that's the area I was initially looking at. So we could definitely come within. If I see strength here, I'll definitely add to the trade. But if there is weakness here, definitely I will take profits on the long and probably open up a fresh short, right? And so short idea one, come up to this area, stop above the high, and ideally looking for a move down back into this zone. If this area of supply does hold, then I would expect us to come down and take out this low, right? Yeah, so short number one and short idea number two would be that we come up and we grab liquidity above the highs, and then continue lower. That's short idea number two. And for the longs, we could come down to this area of demand, and could possibly get a long from this zone, and you could take it up to the highs. That would be TP1, and then TP2 would be much higher. So those are the possibilities for trades within this area. Come down and get a move into this area of demand before pushing higher. Yeah, so that's it basically. Not too much there for a lot of trades that could be promising. Yeah, there is a area of demand, supply, sorry, on that we just came into, and that's reason for this move here. So if you're already short, then yeah, it's not a bad idea to take a short. So this is what our order flow is looking like currently. Basically just range there. So this would be a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, SFP, and if we come back up and we're unable to push higher, then you could probably short if that happens, right? But if we able to push back up and close above here, then ideally I think we come much higher. So that's the 1, 2, 3 ideas for trades. 2 short ideas and 1 long idea. I really don't want to think that if we come lower we would SFP this level. I think if we start grabbing liquidity here, it's going to trigger liquidity that we have within this zone. Yeah, because we're gonna start hitting all these stop losses, and they are pretty close together. So the next area that I would potentially look for a long trade would be from here at around 114,850. That's our next key area of supply, and that's the next area. If we lose all of this and do a stop hunt, liquidity grab down into the zone, that look for a long at 114,800 or so. That's the only sort of place that I could expect price to bounce, and we would deviate the range. So we would come below value area low, and we could definitely bounce from this zone. And if that doesn't hold, then I expect us to come all the way back to the previous low at 111,850. Yeah, we could definitely revisit that because there is a ton of liquidity here. So keep that in mind when you're taking a long trade, because we have a lot of liquidity that was left behind, and market makers like to come for liquidity. So yeah, that's it basically. So if we don't hold here, I expect that we could come down lower if we can't break above 119,300. So alright, that's it for trade setups. Let's have a look at how the weekly may close. So this is our weekly with a bearish looking doji, huge selling tail here. Let's have a look at the free market cipher indicator, and we having a lot of bearish divergences forming, and the money flow is definitely a bit lower on this high than it was on the previous high, so it's something to keep in mind. And we're nearing the end of the 4-year cycle, so topping out could happen anytime, definitely. Let's have a look at the daily. So we came down with this huge bearish engulfing candlestick, followed by I forgot the name of this candlestick, but basically it's a reversal style candle where there is sellers here and buyers here with a small candle body. So you're buying and selling at the top of the candle, and then we have a doji candle with a lot of selling as well, and then we have a bullish engulfing. So if this closes today green and in the style that it is closing, which is engulfing candle, I'd expect that price could definitely make a move back up as well. So we're within the range, and we could just bounce around in here and ultimately come lower. But like I say, take the trade for what the trade is, not what you think could happen. So technically we at an area of resistance, so you could treat this as its own little range, and we at the highs of the little range that we're looking at, so we could definitely make a move back down and ultimately go lower. So keep that in mind when taking trades, and yeah, take profit when in profit for sure. So that's it really. Don't have any more to update on. Price has done absolutely nothing since Friday. So all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then basically Saturday night, last night, is where we started to make this move up. So yeah, this was, if you're scalping this well, that's good. I mean, you could scalp it. I don't have the patience for that, but yeah, you could treat it like a range, and you could definitely short it up along the bottom. I did it a few times, and it's a profitable thing that you can do. price comes below value area low, and you take a long and you stop below the last swing low, and then when you get up to the highs you take a short, your low be above the last swing high, and then you take price down. So yeah, you could definitely make a few bucks from that. um, yeah, that's what I would have done if I was a scalper, but I am not. So yeah, the long has been taken from this area and currently waiting for, ideally my ideal price is for here. This is my target for TP1. Do we get there? I do not know, but we shall see. So we came into that was a 1 hour area of supply, and we have a bit higher time frame area of supply at the top, and I expect that we could possibly come up and take 119,300. So I'm bullish this week on Bitcoin, but anything is possible. So I will be taking shorts when I see it, and they will be short term shorts, no long term shorts just yet. If we start closing daily candles below this level, then that is cause for concern. So 111,842 is my line in the sand for Bitcoin. We start closing daily candles below here, like this, with like something like this. Let's see. Yeah, basically we start seeing this. Yeah, I'd be more keen for shorts. That's indicating to me that market has flipped bearish, and then I would actually have a more bearish sentiment in the medium to longer term. But for now, market is still very bullish. If we look at daily structure, um, daily structure is still very bullish. Our last swing low on daily structure would have been in this area here. So for me, that's where our last daily is before we came higher. So this is now the one that I would hope would hold. If we come down and we do a swing failure below this, just to do a liquidity grab, that's fine, as long as we are not closing candle bodies on the daily time frame or higher below 111,800. Then I'm still bullish on BTC. So yeah, that's my little market update for you all today, and that is the trade ideas I have for you all. So let me just put that back up on the screen so you can take a screenshot of it if you like. Alright, 3 trades. 1, 2, 3. Come now into the zone, and if we get confirmation, you can take a long. There's possibly a short trade up here. It's not too far gone, so you can still take it, but it's on a lower time frame area of supply, which usually lately hasn't been effective in holding. So I like to go with the more medium term time frames, higher time frame areas of supply and demand, and those are where my POI is at, where it is I look for confirmations for longs or shorts. So yeah, basically what was given last time I was live, you would have taken along when we SFP'd up to the area of supply, and then you would have taken a short all the way down to this area of demand. So that was 1, 2, 3 trades you would have gotten into. just based on my last live video. So yeah, um, hopefully we get this channel moving, we get some more subscribers. So if you like what you see, sub to the channel and drop a like and leave a comment if you want us to check any altcoins, and yeah, we will take it from there. Before I go, let me have a look at Ethereum and see what Ethereum is doing. So yeah, ETH had a big drop down, and where did ETH come down to? There is an area of demand that I'm really liking here for Ethereum, and if it does get hit, then I would look for a long. So something like this. Right? Something like this, and I would take a long on ETH, because we kind of nearing the 4-year cycle on Bitcoin, and everybody's calling for this altcoin season, which seems to start to pump and then stops immediately. I have invested in altcoins since the middle of last year, I believe, or 2023. I think middle of last year, and yeah, my altcoin portfolio has taken a really big hit, and yeah, I'm just waiting for it to recover if it does. So yeah, look for a move down here, and then you could probably take a long from this zone, and your first target would be the actual top of the move, and then the all-time high for maybe higher. A lot of people calling for $8,000 ETH. Let me see. I'm looking for $10,000 ETH. That is definitely a possibility. So yeah, you can long the top basically. It doesn't matter where you're long from, as long as you're long with good risk management, then you will be fine. If you are wrong, you take a small loss. And all these no stop loss entries and no stop loss trades, you're just begging to get liquidated. My first time trading, I was liquidated entire account, and yeah, you live and you learn. So learn from my mistakes, and there's a lot of other people out there that will tell you the same thing. Use a good risk management when you're trading. It's better to lose a little than to lose a lot. Right, so that's it for ETH really, and you look for a short on ETH if you see SFP either of the previous high that we came up and just make on Tuesday, or the all-time high, but ETH seems very strong, so I expect higher new highs for Ethereum. So yeah, with that being said, guys, trade safe, and